lives that the audio quality from the live stream is nothing like an uploaded video. But you know what? We're doing this for the fun of it, not necessarily doing it for the highest of all high audio quality. Doing this just to hang out, turning on all of my messages. I'm going to let this one roll a little bit before I get started with any of my chat because this was really last minute. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this one today, but you know what? We're going to give it away to the algorithm and we'll sacrifice it for some copyright music in the background. I'm just going to scroll through some of my music that I have assigned. Maybe my release radar is ready. Some new songs on the release radar, mostly drum and bass, some dubstep. There was this one, and this is probably going to get copyrighted, but this is one that I used for the reel on the Instagram side. But these are the Buchardt Audio A10s. I just got them hooked up. They are running directly from the preamp. They actually sound really, really nice. A little smoother than the SVS. I'm still figuring out what they sound like. I can't exactly A-B these speakers versus the SVS because one's self-powered, the other one is on an amplifier. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I don't have two different bookshelf stands, so I'm not sure how to do them back and forth. They sound very full, very not warm, I guess, wouldn't be the right word. Balanced, smooth top end. Nothing is really glaring. I'm still trying to work out the bass frequencies in my room where I was using subs before, and the bass from these just bookshelves is a little bit different from having the subs. So I might have to figure out if there's a tuning on them that I can work with. Get this camera right up there next to the speakers, maybe. You guys actually see what's going on. Get the name of the brand in there too. It's a half decent shot. It's gonna be way off from my audio, but you know, whatever. All right, let's change it up a little bit. Let's see what's on the no, that song's way too laid back. I don't know what this is. This looks like a metal song, but I have no idea. It's Dreaming of 1986. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what this is. All right, let's change that up. Sounds pretty boring if I'm being honest. Oh, some more bass in that one. That's pretty good. Get a sense of that low end in these speakers from here, that's for sure. The bass in my room is a little bit weird where I've had trouble with the low end and some of the mid-range frequencies just because of the size of the room, so I'm not really sure where to put everything at this point. The subwoofers definitely help fill that in just by adding some volume. It's not to say these bookshelves don't have low end. It just depends on where I'm seated, where I've got them positioned. I might have to move them around a lot more in order to find their most ideal spot. I might actually pull them in closer to me and pull them away from the corner. I don't know if that's going to help or not help the bass. I can hear the bass really well at the back of the room, especially at the back of the room here for sure. But I'm wondering if I pull them away from the wall completely and kept them wide, would that help? Like out toward, like in front of the subwoofer, and then see how it sounds in the bass. So let's give it a shot. I'm gonna leave the camera rolling. I'm gonna just walk up and move the speakers around. I'm gonna position the camera on my chair. There's no way for me to actually get the whole shot. I'll just move them one at a time. You guys will see me move the first one, then I'll come back and kind of shift some stuff around. So you guys are taking a look. This is kind of above my listening position, but the tripod is on my chair right now. So I'm gonna move the speakers up in front of the subs in a straight line, and Middle Earth is replying saying, I sent you a couple songs that will be safe on YouTube. Okay, that's awesome. Where did you send them? All I see is Middle Earth, and I think that's the first time I've seen this username, so remind me where you sent them, and if you left them in a link somewhere or in a comment section, even better, that would be awesome. So I'm not sure if that's better for the bass or not. In your prior video, the last one with links, Dodge Strit and Vision Bleak, are those artist names? I don't think I saw those. I don't know why I didn't see the links, but I don't think I saw links in any of the videos or the comments, so I'll have to take a look. Dodsrit? That's really cool. Trones is here, what's going on? So yeah, I just moved the bookshelves up, but I'm not sure if it really did it made any difference. It's less bass at the back of the room. Imaging's fantastic from this position. Super wide. I actually like that effect. Not sure what's going on with the bass though. Bass is actually kind of Middle, they're saying I will duck out and get you a safe link. Well, I won't be able to play it through here anyway, so don't worry about it for now. If you just type out the name, I can look it up on Spotify. That's the easiest way to do it. I don't need a link at this point. It's too late anyways. Now that I'm playing all this other music, this video's already going to get dinged, so it doesn't make a difference now. I need to turn one of these stands a little bit. The speaker's not exactly symmetrical. I'm just trying to get my imaging correct for this demo. Get the speakers dialed in. There's no light on them now because I moved them up, but yeah, the imaging is going to be better now. very smooth sounding speakers. Oh, you're giving me links for YouTube? I can't play YouTube videos on here. I don't have any way to play them on the system. It's not connected to a computer. Let me just look it up then. Let's do it the hard way. Oh, it looks like metal music.
Empty faces in a whirlpool, removing pity with a sharp tool. Seems you're always the one to blame. So
Drums are recorded okay. Midnight Choir, Amsterdam, Stranded. Not a lot of definition on those guitars. You can barely hear the bass drum. It's not really recorded that well. The drums are cleaner there. This is very, very, very quiet. Very quiet, like 6 dBs or more lower than the last song, the last few songs. I can hear the dogs outside my apartment louder than this song. That's not. I don't agree with these suggestions so far. You guys are disappointing me. Don't disappoint me with your suggestions, Jesus. I'll play you something that I actually like, and then you can determine what to play next by recommendation based on what I'm going to play for you next. Fair deal? I don't I don't know how to deal with this right now. Okay, the one that I just added to my collection, the last one I added to my collection. hope you guys can hear the bass on that. The bass frequencies are actually really good, really good. A lot of texture in it. Middle Earth, my man, I can't even find that title that you just put on there. It's not on Spotify. Yeah, production value actually really matters. When you have the right production, everything makes a difference. For instance, absolutely amazing. Another one. So what I'm noticing, I know I'm not talking much through this one, what I'm noticing about the sound and what I'm getting from this is they're a little more effortless. The amplifier and the Scotty, that's all good, man. He says I'm late. Well, you were never really assigned to show up at a specific time, so you're not late. You're exactly on time, anytime. So what I'm noticing is the pairing of the amplifier, the tuning, and the bi-amplified nature with these drivers, Purify and the Buchardt tweeter. These are really effortless, and I can hear a lot more of the musicality in these samples. If that makes sense, if you guys understand kind of what I'm talking about. Middle Earth, my man, you can't link me through here. I don't see links in the chat, and it's not going to work from YouTube to what I'm doing. I have to look it up on my iPad. And I just looked it up and I couldn't find it. You're going to have to leave a link somewhere else, catch me on some of my other socials, inbox me on Instagram, something like that. And then I can do it in a later video, maybe tomorrow. This is just my first listen, and I wanted to check them out in my room, just play around a little bit. I actually like the imaging from this changed position. I move them up in front of the subs a little bit, And the subs are off. It's just the speakers. So everything that we're listening to right now is just the speakers. You guys want to hit them with some bass maybe? Wake them up a little bit. I wish I could light them up a little bit more. I don't have much distance on my lights. Let's try this instead. I know it sounds like shit from that distance, but they sound good. They perform well. You can really hear what they're trying to do. I'll have to back up a little bit. The poor surround. You have no idea. Muddy Dog's talking about the surround. Talking about how, oh, look, it's broken. What happened? The surround is not broken. There's nothing wrong with the surround. Just because it doesn't look like that doesn't mean it's not working perfectly. If you look up Purify Audio, you'll know exactly why it's designed like that. I think it's the number one foolish thing that people talk about in audio is how, oh, look, it's so broken. The surround is actually designed in such a way that it actually moves equally forwards and backwards, and it's controlled in both directions. Whereas this one, the surround is only outside one way. So when it moves back, it's got one tension, and when it moves forward, it has a different tension. With the surround that's folded back and forth, like this one is, you actually get control of the woofer when it moves in and out, making it sound better. Purify drivers have some of the lowest distortion on the market. So, I mean, despite it looking broken, I mean, looks can be deceiving. Look at the Transformers. Also, look at the politicians in office right now, and they look to be all of these very, very woke and happy and go-lucky type of topics, and all they're doing is lying to everybody. So don't believe what you're seeing. There's nothing wrong with the surrounds. Yeah, I get into that sometimes with people. There's a lot of sort of like rumor and just unknowns, right? Like a lot of people like to judge based on looks. I mean, I know none of us appreciate being judged on our looks. That's exactly what racism is. So imagine that kind of thinking applied to audio, where you look at it, you don't know anything about it, just looking at it, and then you make a judgment based on the way it looks. It's kind of similar. People just judge based on what they know, and what they know is very limited. So I don't mean to rant, and of course I'm not issuing any disrespect. My approach is different here, and it's I have a rather direct way of dealing with unknowns, and I don't mean it to cause controversy. I don't mean it to make enemies. I don't mean it to create a rift. You know what I mean? What I try to talk about is the very natural way that a lot of us just get into this guy, his swords are fake too. No, they're not. They're real. They will absolutely cut through most things. They're not the highest of quality blades, but they are really high quality blades. If you want to see one, you're going to need to get those 8 thumbs up going. I see 8 people watching, so if I see 8 thumbs up, I'll show you the blade on the sword. But you got to show me some support, otherwise you can't entertain people for free. It's not how it works. So anyways, to go back to the surrounds, yes, Purify has designed the surround on the woofer to work in a linear way. And it's a descendant innovative sort of design from this one. This was a design that was out many, many years ago, and the idea of the ridged surround like this is to keep the motion linear. So the stiffness of the surround moves in a complete linear fashion in and out, so it doesn't shift side to side, and it allows for more excursion in one direction. But the problem is when it moves inwards, the tension is all in one direction. You see what I mean? So when it's in the opposite direction, it's all tense in one direction. It's a different tension. Purify has used a similar sort of ridged technology and folded it in 2 directions, so it's equal in both movements. The speaker moves in and the speaker moves out, and the tension on the surround is completely linear, giving it the best response in the world. Middle Earth is here talking about Anna von Hausenwolf. Okay, there we go. Now I have the artist name. That's cool. Muddy Dog's says I've got Sundown and Orion woofers in my van. Okay, so you're familiar with car audio, and car audio woofers like Kicker, Solobaric, Isobaric subs, they have, the corners. The corners have ridges on them. I don't know that DD has them. I know Pride has them, but the larger woofers with the larger surrounds have like a single rib that goes over the edge, right? Like every couple of inches, it's got like a ridge that goes up and over. So it's similar to this, but it's not folded up and down. Purify's not in the big woofers yet. 10 inch is the biggest one that they make. It's more for SQ, for sound quality, which is why home audio, that's how they use that. But Purify woofers are being used in the in that other space quite a bit now. So it's the same idea. It gives it reinforcement. It gives it linearity. It allows for that excursion without the without it being like overstressed and without it stressing the surround. I know it looks weird. It looks really weird, and it's very, very alien and odd looking, almost broken. Like, oh, it looks like it's ripped, but it's actually like brand new. You'd have to look at it up close. The camera is not going to do any justice here, and I don't have a spare woofer that I can show you. So Middle Earth, I'll get to the demo song. I'll try to look it up if I can. Hope you guys, I don't know if you guys subscribed yet. I don't know how this live works on your end. Mirage Bryston joined. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here for this look. I'm going to try to adjust my lights. Let's see if I can't get some more light in there. I don't have too much slack on the cable. That's a little better. So let me get in on the surround. So yeah, it looks very, very odd, right? Because the surround is actually dipping in here and then pointing out on the other side. So it's very linear and it performs very well, like you just saw. Ah, the sword, yes, hold on. I'll have to use my other light so you can see the actual grain on the sword. Let me use my handheld light. So this is my handheld light. I'm going to use this. I'll show you the grains on the sword. I'll put that on the arm of my chair. So I need to catch the reflection. These guys can actually see the folded pattern. Not really. There you go. You can see it a little bit. It's hard to do in this light, by the way. Very difficult to do in this light. You can kind of see it there. I won't be cutting anything today, but yeah. Pretty good stuff. David Kolsik, Koslig is here. He says, wow, I finally got a notification you're live. God, I'm glad that the YouTube algorithm actually works sometimes. Let me see. We're just playing all kinds of music here for everybody. There was a couple of requests that came in. If I can't find it on Spotify, I'm not going to be able to do it. Please, this stream is absolutely going to be captured by the copyright gods so that I won't be able to earn anything on it. Of course, that's not really the point. The point is really just sharing some of the stuff that I got going on. So if you can all... If by choice you want to subscribe, that's really awesome. Liking the video is really cool. That shows me how many people are actually here. Of course, subscriptions and comments on the video afterwards are even better. So if you want to leave suggestions and not suggestion links, but if you want to leave song suggestions, title, artists, where you found it, that would be really cool. Pixel Castle's here. What's going on? How you liking the active speakers? Did you try feeding them digital versus analog? There's only an analog input. There is no digital input. I don't know what you're talking about with digital. I'm trying to get my light going. Hold on. It's just XLR inputs there. There's no input for digital. So yeah, the only other opportunity to run digital is wireless. The WiSA enabled bass came with the speakers, so I can run digital optical HDMI into the WiSA hub, and then I can run their wireless to the speakers. So you know that I'm not about that life. I'm not about to give up on my analog signal for a wireless signal. So no, let's Let's skip that. They're really good though. They sound really awesome. Evening, David. Thank you for being here. Middle Earth says, I believe they are layers. Yeah, the sword is layered. The real ones can get pretty pricey. You're right. I don't need to have a real one in here. These are really just decorative. It's a lot like the acoustic panels on the side. These panels are not necessarily for like specific acoustic properties. They more like, they look really cool, and that's about all I can expect from this room. It's not to say that I'm faking it. They do have some diffusion properties. It's just minimal. And let me see if I can't add some more lights in here since it's getting dark. Give me 2 seconds. Mood lighting. That's why the room is white. Pixel Castle's asking, do they have analog crossovers or do they convert it to digital? To be honest with you, I think that if you looked up Buchardt Audio A10, you could find all that information on the website. I personally don't know all the details, so I apologize in not being able to answer all the questions. I have a really, really good suspicion that they're converting to digital because they're all DSP controlled. So it's DSP controlled, crossover, all that kind of stuff. It's 192 24-bit. It's a really good DAC as far as I'm concerned. I don't know much more about it than that, but it is a master tune DSP controlled analog speaker. So that's what that is. So I don't see Buchardt Audio listed for the Toronto Audio Show. I'd love to have a listen in person at the show. You might have to just come over here and listen, because to be honest with you, a lot of people don't showcase them. They I wasn't even sure that they released a vendor list yet. Sometimes they do in Montreal. Someone had them in Montreal, but Buchardt Audio doesn't show up at a lot of shows because it's a direct to customer brand and they don't have retail stores, so the retail stores don't show them. And I don't know that they have a lot of representation here in the city, so unfortunately, you know, our listening opportunities are limited. So let me see if I can look up Muddy Dog's request. Long Way 3 Little River Band. Interesting. Little River Band. Got it. And then I assume that's the right one. I got the, that's the left speaker that we're in front of right now, so the audio and the guitar is on the other speaker. Now the violin is on the left side. Not a bad song. A lot of mixed production. Crispy hi-hats. Yeah, Pixel Castle, they have a wireless bass. The wireless bass has coax in, optical in, HDMI in. The speakers can be paired up to 7. There's a 7, like in 7 different positions in the Wi-Fi sort of space, so they can be assigned one of 7 for a surround sound. I don't know if they can go higher than that, but it's all part of the WISA, W-I-S-A protocol for wireless transmission. So they're WISA enabled from the wireless base that comes with the speakers. So you can run digital to them, but you have to use the hub and connect them wirelessly via WISA. I'm using XLR because I have a Rotel preamp over there, and I wouldn't want to use the wireless base considering I have the preamp. So I'm just running XLR cables to both speakers. I've changed the song. I've gone back to another request. Audio Acoustic Engineering's back again. What's going on? So if you use them with digital input, you bypass the ADAC. Might sound better. Interesting. So if I have to go wireless, then it goes wireless to DAC, and then that's it. So yeah, from analog to digital back to analog is 2 processes. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I might have to do both, to be honest. I mean, just to get a sense of what they're capable of, you know what I mean? Just to give them a fair shake. See 12 people watching, 6 likes. What's going on in the chat? Come on, viewers. Don't just be passive. Show some love. Scotty's at the Denver airport traveling to Oregon. Hopefully the weather as well. The fires have calmed down and you get there safe, my friend. This is Anna von Hasselwolf. I looked up the song. Going back to Middle Earth. It's Hobbit territory over here these days. I don't know if you're into all that folklore or not. So like I said, this one's definitely going to be going to the algorithm. I don't know if the video will be posted afterwards. Sometimes they block audio completely, which means I can't post the video. So if you guys are here live, this is the moment to enjoy, because after this, who knows what's going to happen. So like I said, subscription and comments in the comment section afterwards or previous videos are a really nice way to show support. I have the same media name on Facebook and Instagram for other posts. A lot of photos on Facebook. A lot of photos from previous shows, sound clips, things like that. I have all my photography posted on Facebook. So if you really want to support, that's one way to do it. It's a really good song. It's very, there's a lot of nuances and interesting sort of micro detail going on in the background there. So yeah, by the way, what do you guys think of putting the speaker bags on top of the subs while I'm demoing the speakers? Should I cover up the speakers, the subs entirely? I don't know if it would stay up there then, but I just wanted to make sure that the name was there. Surprised they don't have Ethernet input. Wireless is interesting choice. Yeah, wireless is, it's more preferred in the hi-fi space because, like, look at all the cables. Can you imagine putting these in a mixed home where you have kids, a spouse, pets, and all the power cables and all these, you know what I mean? Like, that's why it's wireless. If you just plug them in via power, then you have no other wires going to the speaker, and it's much easier to manage like that. If you want to have like Ethernet, you have to go like Dutch and Genelec and Kali Audio, Atom Audio, Head Audio, like more professional monitors. These are like a home audio solution, in which case I think Ethernet's that next level up where you can route and assign everything via Cat 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you want. Middle Earth, yeah, thanks for the suggestion. I finally got something that you asked for. Not just on here being a complete attention bait. I do try to give back to the community sometimes, you know, that's, you gotta do that once in a while. So I'm gonna play something of mine. This is very slow, organic sounding, very interesting. Can I play something a little aggressive? You guys okay with aggressive? Actually, let's play this one. I just heard this as a very, very low bass. Muddy Dog says, you honored my request and I was honored to sub. See, there you go. I'm a really, really big fan of reciprocation. So when I'm giving something, I like when others decide to reward that, or if others have given me something, I like to respect their effort and give back. So reciprocation is my number one word for all of 2024, 25 in my effort in media, in audio, in presentation. If you give, I give. If there's a mutual exchange, then I'm 100% there. So let's check this song out. This was in a demo for the new Radiant Clarity 6.2s, and I just want to hear this low bass note. Wow, that hits hard. Wow. Do you guys see that? Wow, that gives out a lot of output. Holy shit. Wow. I'm going to try to get a slow motion video of that later on. That's an incredible amount of output. So let me give you the song in the video here. It's a song by a band called Lorne, and the song is called Folding. It's a really low bass note. It's into the low 30s easy, and it's very like puffy. It's got like a lot of like forceful attack, low bass attack. Very interesting. Let me see if I can come up with something else. Something else on my playlist, something a little more exciting, not quite 45 on the dial exciting. Let's go back to 35. And Muddy Dog's like, now I take back my sub. Just kidding. Well, I can't tell if anybody subs while I'm live anyway, so it's all good. People come and go. You know how it is. I can't song and dance for people. If my whole task here was to try and earn people's subscription by doing what they ask me to do, I'd be no better than a puppet, and I don't feel like being a puppet. I just feel like being valuable and insightful and, informative when I can. Like I said earlier, I communicate in a direct way and I challenge ignorance in that same way because I don't feel like ignorance and unknowing and fear and prejudice and any of the usual social faux pas and doing wrong by everyone characteristics, that doesn't do anybody any good anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's in social politics or if it's in audio or any community. And the way to break that is to call it out. And I don't really apologize for that. Of course, it's never going to feel good, but the whole point is to build a better community. And I mean, how else are you going to do? You certainly don't build better communities by being soft and light touched and all that kind of stuff. I mean, look at the way everybody's so offended by everything these days. It's because that everything is very soft and like participation trophies, and you need a little bit of harshness because the world is harsh and you don't want to be groomed in such a way that everything is soft and gentle, and then when you get out into the real world and something aggressive and violent or something that's very harsh happens, then you're not ready for it anymore. So I think in a way it's a good idea to temper our expectations of what goes on in the world in a way. And I think in audio and my delivery is to be honest, and honesty sometimes isn't favored, it isn't preferable, but it's honest or it's a truth. And the truth really is the best way to go about things, even if it's something that you may not like. The truth is really just reality, and it's up to us to adapt to get used to reality. I mean, what else can you say? Trones is saying, James Blake, limit to your... No, I'm not playing that song. I hear that song way too much. I actually think I have it in my library, but I don't want to play that one. We're going to play something different. This one's a little more exciting, and I'm going to try to play it at the audio shows this year. So let me know if you think this song deserves some time at the audio shows. Pretty exciting song. It's a little bit different. I know there's a number of other sort of metal tunes that have circulated out there. Polyphia is definitely some of those. Cerwin Vega home audio. Of course, I grew up in the 80s. I know what Cerwin Vega is. That orange rim 15-inch woofer in a home audio speaker, dual mid-range. I know all about Cerwin Vega. Pixel Castles said, I just heard that Ethernet is still a requirement for network audio in the pro world. Wonder why the home stuff still holds to wireless. Well, I just explained to you why I think they do. It's because nobody at home wants cables. They don't want to run cables. They don't want to hide cables in the wall and fish network cable through the house. They just want something that's easy to use. Natural homeowners just want shit to work. They don't want to work hard for it. I mean, cats, dogs chew on wires, kids trip over wires. Most women that I know, my mom included, would hate to see all the wires in here. This room was a dedicated space for her, but at the end of the day, you know, like, it's my room and I need to test stuff for audio, so there's wires everywhere. This one being an aggressive song, this is one that I used as a bass demo for a bunch of people. This is called Lapse by an artist named Sleepnet and Noisia. You guys are going to get a kick out of this one. Actually, so am I, too. Let's see what it sounds like at the back of the room. I just wanted to catch some of the woofer moving there. Wow. Some incredible movement on a sealed woofer like that. Awesome stuff. So you can hear so much more of that bass back here in the corner. It's a really, really interesting sort of situation where I have them pulled out in the room a little bit. The corners are very bass loaded, which is normal for bass responses. Even at the back of the room, you can hear that there's a lot of bass towards the back of the room, which is also normal of bass frequencies. Let me try sitting in the chair. The phone won't be in the same spot, but I want to give my account for what they sound like. So I did pull them out into the room to give them a little bit more space, so I can assess kind of like what their sound staging is like. They're using a little bit more of a wall, but the wave guy does a really good job at controlling all of it. Well, I mean, Pixel Castle saying not as much excursions as I thought. I'm not pushing them. That's not even up to full volume. I'm being very nice, so let's not assume. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'm being very gentle on them right now. I'm not cranking this. I mean, you can hear my voice. I'm not even talking that loud over top of it. So it's not very loud at all. Skrillex has got some stuff. I mean, Hans Zimmer does better than Skrillex, to be honest. And I've got, like, Bass Maximus and all those, like, bass CD sort of demos. So I don't really need to push it that much. Yeah, I think they're really incredible. They have a lot to offer. I think the sound quality is really interesting. I'm getting used to them. I've just plugged them in today. I'm not using wireless. I'll have to check that out now that we've talked about it a little bit. Muddy Dog says no mic clipping on the mic when you were close. Testifies to not pushing them. Yeah, there you go. Say if I was right up close, then the mic would compress, it would change tone, you would hear less of me, it would probably be distorted. Exactly. So it's not very loud at all. It's probably only 65 decibels. And I mean, think about how much movement there is in the woofer at 65 dB, and then you're thinking, well, that's actually a lot more excursion considering it's that low volume. The reason being it's a sealed woofer and they're using DSP control in order to enact the bass frequencies down that low. I'm pretty sure there's a limiter on the low bass frequencies, but again, I'm not fully aware of how the DSP controls it all. And at this moment, I don't think that there's a master tuning on them, but I might want to check to be 100% sure. I can go back and like reset to default, and then we'll see what happens. So let's get some smooth sounds before we get out of here tonight. What do you say? think they're very balanced, very behaved mid-range, very smooth, high frequency, very good dispersion. When I move around, like you can hear with the phone, like when I move it left to right, it doesn't change a whole lot. Very little bit. Pixel Castle says, for sure they probably do all kinds of DSP on bass, like compression, same with SVS subs. Yeah, exactly. The subs are definitely DSP controlled. There's certain things that all of the companies do at DSP in order to get the bass to be flat. It helps the amplifier balance everything out, and then it protects the subwoofer at low frequencies, making sure that it doesn't completely bottom out and it's more well behaved. I mean, that's the whole point of having electronic crossover in DSP, is that you can control what's going on a little bit better. So yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's my first impressions, first listen to the Buchardt Audio A10. So they're powered anniversary editions. Incredible finish. They like, look at that. That's open cell natural wood finish. It's not a veneer over MDF. Hold on, let me block that light. That's not a veneer. That's open cell cabinet right there. I mean, look at the pit. These are C stock, by the way. So there's a complete, not hole. I mean, obviously that's not a hole into the cabinet, but you can see the grain of the wood there. You see how they're in stripes. So that's a natural wood cabinet. You can see on the front there as well, made in Denmark. So it's a very, very high quality speaker, very dense too. Listen to that. I don't know that you're gonna get a better sort of build than that for much less. I mean, very, very quality. All right. That's it. I'm over an hour. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is 2 lives back to back. I did an unboxing yesterday and that went very well. I'm rather sweaty today, so I'm not going to show my face. If you guys want to see what I actually look like, tune into previous videos. For tonight, I'm glad to see Middle Earth joined us today. That's a new name that I'm not too familiar with, and thank you for watching. Trones is here as always, a regular. Thank you very much for joining and watching. Pixel Castle showed up, haven't seen you in a while. I appreciate you being here. Muddy Dog has hung out with us today. Our friend Scotty at Audio Acoustic Engineering was at the airport. Thank you for joining and tuning in. Mirage Bryston dropped in. Thank you, Murray, very much for that. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate any of the subs that have been issued and added. I'm trying to reach 2,525 for New Year's, so inviting your friends would mean a lot to me this year. I know that begging for subs is sort of weird, and I don't mean to do it for no reason. The best reason I can give you is the same that a lot of the other guys give you, is the better the channel does, the more opportunities that I will continue to have to bring you different kinds of speakers. The only reason why I got these Buchardt Audio speakers is because I got to know the owner, Mads, very well, and getting along with him in chat and through Facebook and over the number of years and knowing the company, my knowledge and his awareness of my channel allows me to reach out to these companies with a mutual exchange, and they're willing to extend some of these opportunities to me. Now, I feel incredibly grateful for that. It's not every day that you have those opportunities. So with increased viewership, honestly, I mean, if you don't like what I'm doing and you don't think that it's worth anything at all, or if maybe whatever I'm doing seems like I'm full of shit, then you don't have to subscribe and you don't have to support. That's fine. That's why we have an open, fair market. We are free to choose. But if it is interesting and it is valuable and it is entertaining, then that's worth something. And the only way that I can get to continue doing this is to show that I have some reach or I have some value to an audience, some reach to an audience. That way, brands see it as a potential for mutual exchange, more so that if I'm talking about Buchardt in this video, then they get what is word of mouth advertising, which is fair. This is a media platform. We're here for entertainment. If entertaining value is what it's worth, then that's what I'm going to continue doing. Sometimes it's worth a lot, sometimes it's not worth anything. Anyways, that's enough for me. I've been jabbing on for about an hour and 6 minutes. So thank you all that have joined, have given me song suggestion. That's pretty cool. Let me see, Mirage Bryson. It's nice to be able to do that, and brands send you various speakers to try. Well, I agree, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. VTV has also said good luck, 25 by 25. Yeah, I'm a nerd. It's a stupid goal, but whatever. If I can get 25 by 25, it's like poetic but random. Not really random. It's like my stupid matching. Like if I go out, for whatever reason, my socks have to be red the same like my underwear or my shoes, or it's ridiculous. But whatever. If it works, it works. If I get there, I get there. If all this stuff accounts to something and there's some success at the end of it, then I'm all the more grateful for it.
Hey, mate. How's life? I don't know. It's all right.
All right, that's enough for me. Thank you, Mirage Bryston, VTV, Trones, Pixel Castle, Muddy Dog. Who else? Let me scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Middle Earth, Audio Acoustic Engineering, David Cole. Koslik was here for a little bit. Thank you all that have joined. I see 8 thumbs up. That's about it for me tonight. All right. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe with more listening sessions now that these are plugged in. Tune in. Take a look at Buchardt Audio. BuchartAudio.com. I believe these are the A10 models if you're curious about any of the details. Yeah, have a look. Check out the details and then ask me in the comments and I'll see if I can come up with more answers or other song suggestions or anything like that. So again, the copyright gods are going to take this video. Hopefully it'll stay up, but if it doesn't, then I appreciate you guys being here to watch while I spend an hour instead of being by myself. All right. Peace. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the future.
That's when my thoughts can be dangerous. That's when I put on my makeup and drown in self-hatred. Forget what I'm saying. Where'd the beat go?